Costa Remote Military March 2025. So, I'm coming on this video dressed the way I was when I started off on the Ruck March, which stipulates that you're going to do the military march dressed in your military garb, etc. So minimum weight on the rucksack was 22 pounds, which I thought, what the heck, you know, what are you carrying in there? A pillow? Air? You know, I didn't know what the heck they wanted people to carry at 22 pounds. So I thought, well, let me just load it up, do a Recce, right? By the way, this is on purpose, right? Just to show you it's there, because it's camo, right? So, normally I would have these trousers bloused up, but just because I put this stuff on for the video, right? I didn't put them on. But anyway, I got a couple of things. Got a couple of things to talk about. So, this event's been going on since COVID. You know, that fake scenario that all the governments of the world put on back around 2020. You know, COVID. So, 2019, 2020, yeah, biggest farce ever. So anyway, they came out with this remote military march, but you know, it's just one of those things. You know, I have a whole lot of things here on the whiteboard that I can bring up, and I am going to bring up because that's part of what this video is about. Okay, so this is video 1, and then I'm going to do video 2. I got the Ruck on another table over there, here upstairs. It's 70 pounds. That's right, 70. 70, right? So, that doesn't seem like a lot of weight probably to some of you guys. And back when I was young, 70 pounds was pretty easy to manage for a long distance and whatnot. However, I'm not 20, so it feels heavier than it is right now. But it's not 100 plus, okay? And that is something to be thankful of. You will see in the next video my big gripe about this rucksack, because I started out, I was going to use a medium Alice plussed up with some pouches and whatnot, and I thought, well, you know, I'm going to like set up a sniper hide, scout sniper hide, you know, a Recce type hide, LPOP, you know, whatnot. I'm going to have some stuff, alright? So anyway, I should have just stuck with that medium Alice. I traded it out. I put the large Alice on the same frame. And then it's got a cheap kidney pad belt, waist belt. I thought, man, this is not going to cut it. You know, this is kind of like tabbing in, you know, approach to battle. Approach 2, you know, you're being inserted outside the wire, and then you're rucking in to wherever you're going to do your business, and then you're going to have to ruck back out. But this kidney belt thing, because I have this bag. This is I don't remember the company. What the heck is it? bongo gear. So I got this bongo gear bag, and I added a few nice little patches here, as you guys seen before. And then I couldn't find any doggone olive drab 1-inch webbing. I know I've got some left, and I looked here and there, you know, in whatever spare time I had, and I couldn't find any. So I didn't take a belt kit. Now normally when you run a ruck with just a kidney pad, and you know, you're gonna have a belt kit on. A belt kit helps support all that crap. So, but I had to make a choice to either have this you know, chest bag, or have the belt kit. Now, since I wasn't really going to use a lot of the stuff in or for the belt kit, I thought, well, I'll just do the chest bag, right? Man. So what I did was I borrowed the X harness / H harness setup that I had made it for my custom belt kit. So I borrowed that and put it on here. I didn't cut anything, didn't sew anything different, just modified it. Modified the bag. I added some connection points, which I'll show you in another video sometime. And I got it all set up for this chest bag. Well, man, I'll tell you, that 70 pounds felt like 100 plus with that crap kidney pad. Alright, so I had some Mystery Ranch wings, waist belt, hip belt wings in Coyote Brown laying in a corner somewhere. So I went and found them, and I attached those to this thing, and it helped a little bit. It was manageable, but it did not feel good. And I was always constantly looking to adjust, you know, to get the weight more spread out. And I got the crap Alice shoulder straps, you know, and a lot of that could have been avoided by something like this, you know, tactical tailor, right? Super belt, I think they call it. A lot of that crap could have been avoided with this, right? I mean, this would have made a night and day difference. But I was trying to keep somewhat kind of traditional, kind of trad, as to, like, you know, pay respects to the older generation. Not that I'm young, okay? I'm not young, you know, but pay respects to an older generation, you know. And so yeah, I'm still got time, believe it or not. So yeah, I had the ruck, I had the chest bag, I had my full Tiger Stripe camis on. These are Tiger Stripe products, by the way. I had a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go through it all in another video or two with you. But I had that new Swagman roll that I got, and I'm gonna go over that too in another video. But I will tell you that, you know, I did my walking at night. I didn't take any video on the trip. I planned on taking video. Man, I was just tuckered out. You know, I was like, screw that. You know, I'm resting. I'm gonna rest, and I'm gonna drink tea, and I'm gonna eat snacks. You know, and I took a few pictures, and I sent a bunch of pictures to Recce, who puts this on, right? So I sent them a bunch of pictures. didn't even bother a whole lot with a lot of pictures, because in order to take that thing off and get it on properly was a real issue, simply because it's just like unwieldy. You know, it doesn't have the ability to be super, you know, super easy to get on, like a lot of the modern rucksacks are much more easier to get on than these, and especially when you're carrying a heavier load and you're by yourself. You know, it's really great to have a buddy with you, like say in a for instance scout sniper role. You know, if you guys can help each other, but when you're alone, everything has to be done by you. Now, I took this paperwork with me in case it got stopped by the police, you know, the coppers, you know, and fortunately almost all of what I did was via railroad tracks, okay, which was a mess. I fell once. I felt like a turtle trying to get up, because I really did not want to take that rucksack off. I didn't. I just didn't, you know, because it would have been a very difficult situation. I did have a walking stick, and I'll show you what happened to my gloves with the walking stick. Actually, this is the glove. I dropped the other one. Got like 3 minutes left. So these are the gloves. This right one is the one with the walking stick, you know, so as you can see, I wore the palm camo off of the right glove, which is what I was using the walking stick. Man, these started like disintegrating about a year ago, almost no use. So I got these as a gift from one of my brothers. It says Free Soldier on it, so I don't know who Free Soldier is, but I'm sure these gloves were not free for him. I painted them on the outside, on the backs, with coyote, so they're here and there, and so these are coyote and olive. Anyway, I won't be buying any Free Soldier kit, right? So look at that. That thing is all tore up, man. That's just from using a hiking stick, right? Just a wooden stick. That actually I made it real nice, and it's got, you know, it's been linseed oiled and everything. Got paracord for my grip and whatnot. No way, man. Out of there. So, Free Soldier, you know what to do. Alright, so here I have the paperwork for the Ruck March, right? 2025 Varistalica Remote Military March, April 25th through 27th, 2025. By the way, it does say that you can do this whenever you want, but they prefer everybody to do it on the same days. And I signed up for it, and that's how I got involved in that. Not that I'm not a professional ruck marcher. I just thought it would be fun, and I haven't done something like that in a long time. This means that I'm out of time. Got about a minute. Alright, so I'm going to use up my last minute here telling you that I'm going to be back in a second video. I'm going to talk some more, because this is kind of like the afterword or takeaway, right? And then get into dissecting the Ruck over there. I did take a radio, by the way. I separated the radio from the antenna so I could show you on camera. So this thing does weigh a bit. You know, it's a real radio. Got a real battery. This is a real military handset. There's a 20-watt antenna over there. So it's rated above and beyond what the radio is for. So what did I carry in here? Mostly snacks. I ate some, drank a lot of tea, and I've got extra AAA batteries in here for GPS, whatnot. So the GPS, I used it to keep track of my miles per hour, right? So I make sure that I could travel, you know, is at the min max, you know, somewhere in between the min and max, depending on terrain. It's kind of tough because the railroad ties made it very difficult because they were in such bad repair. So sometimes I was doing 2 miles per hour, and sometimes I was doing 4. All right, which was what I was shooting for. I'll see you in another one.